compulsory in the UK. Health authorities say the green cigarette packets with graphic warnings could persuade 300,000 people to quit smoking. Sonia Geiger reports.
Once you could tell different cigarette brands just by the colour of the packet. But from this weekend in the UK, this is how cigarettes will be sold. Packets with no logos, the same dull green colour, complete with graphic health warnings. It's the most radical change to law to tobacco packaging in recent years. Cigarettes will now only be sold in 20s, no cheaper packets of 10, and no statements promoting additive-free products. In short, it's a stake to the heart of tobacco branding. But not everyone is convinced.
Ultimately, this is about hyperactive public health officials who constantly resort to more and more regulations as a means of trying to control what it is that we do. And effectively, they don't seem to trust us to make our own choices. I think that's a really big problem, not just for cigarette smokers, but for society as a whole.
Smoking groups might be complaining, but the fact is tobacco companies have been using very sophisticated branding tactics. While they've had to point out the health risks, they've also promoted cigarettes as tools of sophisticated nonconformism. Take away the brand, and that goes all up in smoke. Anti-tobacco activists are adamant that the key is getting to younger people before the tobacco companies do.
When they implemented plain packaging in Australia, what they found is smokers display their pack much less frequently after, when plain packaging was introduced. And this tells you a lot about how important branding is. And so for the tobacco industry, this is a big worry. We're now a dark market in the UK.
But for dedicated smokers, it makes little difference.
It don't make a lot of difference to me personally.
Just because it's a habit, I'd already do it anyway, so I don't think that packaging would really change that.
No, I don't smoke that much, whereas some people may smoke 40 a day. So it all just depends, obviously, on if you're aware of what you're doing to the impact it's having to your body, but the packaging would not make a difference on that at all.
So far, health authorities are convinced that it is working. France was the latest country to adopt plain packaging this year. And combined with heavier taxation on tobacco, it may be a habit that's less attractive to pick up in the first place. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, London.